Hello and welcome. I'm Stephanie Greppling with Manatee Educational Television. We're here at the Mosaic Rodeo for the 2021 All Florida Championship Rodeo. Stick with us as we talk to some of the bull riders, some of the vendors, some of the directors, and some of the just spectators. So stay with us today. I'm here with Sandra Guffey. Sandra, you are well known throughout the county, and not only just in DeSoto, but in Manatee and Sarasota as well. But what brought you to DeSoto County?
Well, thank you for saying that. I love it here. I came here because there's great opportunity. This is a place that is growing. We have land, and it is ready to grow as far as business is concerned and also tourism. And this rodeo is a big part of driving both, actually. We get people from all over the state who come, and it's just a vital part of who we are and what we want to be as we keep growing and developing.
A rodeo like this brings together a community and so many different facets of what is economic drivers in this community. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we have so many ancillary businesses that go along the agriculture. People don't always think about that. But, you know, not only is it the cows and the cattle and your sheep, but then you get the feed that is developed off of that. Trucking is really important. We're at a crossroads of two major state roads. So you can get north, south, east, west very easily. And that makes it ideal for anything to do with transportation, logistics, that kind of thing. So this is an opportunity that's just growing. A lot of people are afraid of growth, like, oh no, we don't want to grow. We like our
that
little
big town.
Yes. That's not going to be who we are. We're going to grow in depth, I should say. When we say grow, we're going to get better jobs here and a nice development so that this continues to be a great place to live.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about why Discover DeSoto wanted to be a sponsor of this rodeo.
Absolutely, because it brings people from all over. And that is our tourism department for the county. Tourism is vital to all parts of Florida. We do have a bed tax, so we love it when people spend the night at one of our hotels. We have a beautiful new downtown, sort of a boutique hotel, 12 rooms, each one is unique, and it's beautiful. It's right in the heart of the antique district. So people who want to do both go to the rodeo and then do a little antiquing and shopping and enjoy a nice lunch can have that experience too.
Do a little staycation, not too far from home.
Exactly. You know what else they love here is the Peace River. We have this gorgeous, gorgeous river. So you can do the canoeing, the kayaking. If you'd rather just sit back and relax, you can do an airboat ride or one of
those are so fun.
I know, or a swamp buggy and get really dirty and messy. During certain season, you can do fossil hunting, which is a big deal in Florida, all kinds of interesting things that you can find. So we've got the nature here. We've got some things for shopping. If you want to spend money, we gladly take your money. and then also just the really fun outdoor family things. Camping, RVing has become very popular. Even ATV rides.
So fun.
Hard to find places where you could legally ATV ride.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for drawing so much excitement to the rodeo.
Well, Stephanie, thank you. And I appreciate METV because you all are always right on.
Thanks, Sandra, and I hope you enjoy the rodeo.
I will. Thank you. I want people to know that DeSoto is friendly, DeSoto is open, and we are ready for some great opportunities. We have the land, we have the water, and we have the people. I'd love to talk to you about that, whether you want to just visit or you want to bring your business here. Just visit DeSoto BOCC, as in Board of County Commissioners.com. That's DeSotoBOCC.com.
I'm here with JR, one of the vendors, and you have brought your mechanical bull here to the rodeo.
Correct.
Tell me why you wanted to come out here to DeSoto County and show people how to have fun.
Well, all the kids and a lot of adults like the mechanical bull. I use it. I come to the rodeos. I do private parties. I do special events. So
you mean I can rent this bull and put it in my backyard?
exactly. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a good time. How fast does this bull get up to?
Well, I can buck off professional bull riders. So
That's pretty intense then.
yes, and I can keep on the smallest of kids.
Now, are you a bull rider?
I used to be, not anymore.
Now you stick to the battery operated.
Yes. Yes.
All right, thank you, JR, so much. If somebody wants to book your bull, how would they do that?
You go to mechanicalbull-rental.com, or my phone number is 541-480-0431, and I'm stationed out of Bradenton.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks so much. I'm here with Rockin' Robbie Hodges, and you are the clown for the mutton busting.
Yes, ma'am. I'm also the clown for the rodeo. They let me do this other part, and they let me do this deal.
Let you do
Make
it?
me do the other, so I'll do this. You know, it's such a joy to see the people out here again and getting everybody gathered up. We're so glad. I'm so tired. Last year, like, killed us all, and so happy to be out rodeoing, you know, and getting to see people smile again. You know, that was the hardest part on a guy that tries to make people smile. And got a great lineup of rodeo tonight or this afternoon. I keep saying tonight, but and tomorrow. And boy, we got a special guest today. Right here, this is Ty Baker.
Ty, how are you doing today,
Ty
sir?
is a four-time champion.
You're pretty good. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job of it. He's got mutton busted on his mind right now.
Of course, he's getting in the game.
He's getting in the game.
Because you're going for 5, right, buddy? That's right.
That's right.
I got a little smile out of him.
That's right. This is his exhibition year, and because he was the only 4-time champion, he's like Jim Sharp. He goes in with like Jim Sharp and all those guys that rode 10 at the Wrangler National Finals. He rode all 4 and won all 4 go-arounds. Those guys can't even brag about that.
Well, that's pretty cool. You going to be a bull rider when you grow up?
Yeah.
Yes.
He is. He's in game mode, ain't he? That's great.
All right. Well, Ty, I'll let you go and prepare because you're about to be a 5-time champion.
Attaboy, good job.
Tell me a little bit about the importance of the clown in the rodeo, because it's a pretty instrumental job.
It is. You know, here's the thing. These animals are so unscripted, and we never know what's going to happen and what they're going to do from minute to minute.
Yeah.
And my job is to keep that lull in the action going and keep all these folks, you know, forgetting about that.
Entertainment and safety.
Absolutely. And then, you know, in the bull riding, it gets very busy, you know, and I love working that barrel and protecting those guys because no matter if you're 90 points or if you're 0, you still get bucked off. So, you know, it's up to Guthrie and Riley. They're 2 great bullfighters, so I have to back them up, make sure they're okay.
Absolutely.
And but I love working with them guys. We're a tripod, and they take good care of me, and I like taking care of them.
Well, we'll keep our eyes on you today and all the kids on the sheep.
Absolutely. You know, A lot of people think, well, it's late in the year or whatever. No, it's new in the year. This is one of the first rodeos, and the importance of Arcadia is to get your season going and get your qualifications. You have to win pro money.
Yeah.
And this is where you start that.
And then head to Vegas.
And then head to Vegas. Yep, a lot of them you'll see here going to Vegas in 2 weeks.
Well, Robbie, tell me about some of the techniques that you use to protect the riders and the kids.
Well, I'm actually in a 140-pound barrel, okay? So anywhere from 120 to 140 pounds, it's a big thing, okay?
Yeah.
And you don't want to mess up a guy's ride by moving it in there too fast. But then again, you don't want to mess up a guy by not getting there fast enough if he's in a bind or something. So there's a very
You be quick on your feet.
Very quick on your feet. And, you know, when I get down in that barrel, I'm at the mercy of those animals. And I'm also, so these bullfighters, they come and they make sure that the end of it has 2 holes, you know.
Yeah.
The end of it's not available for that bull to dig me out like an oyster.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, it works both ways. I save them, they save me, everybody goes home safe.
That's the goal today. Have fun and be safe.
That's exactly right. We want everybody to be safe.
So you've been doing this for many, many years.
21.
21 long
Yeah.
years. So in that time period, you've obviously had a couple maybe risky incidents.
I do a lot of times, especially down here in Florida. These bulls are so mean down here because they come out of the swamps. Most of these young guys that are riding from being from the Northeast, Northwest, Texas, Oklahoma, they're not used to this caliber of mean bull. You know, now they ride some really good buckers out there, but when you get done with these, they'll run over you. And
No mercy.
Exactly. So, you know, some of the stuff that's happened to me, I get a lot of concussions. A lot of bulls with long horns get in there and they beat your face up a little bit, you know. But it's hard to be this pretty when that happens. But if you, you know, you'll see a lot of times, as long as those guys take care of me, accidents are going to happen, you know. But you never think about that. You know, you never say, well, I'm going to get hurt if I go in there. Now, a few minutes later when you're sitting back here with a cold beer and you go,
Damn, that was close.
damn, yeah, that was bad. So, you know, we all kind of take a breather. Most of the time we're laughing about it. You know, we'll say, whoo, you like the got it on that one, or, you know.
Gets your adrenaline going.
It really is, and it's a reaction to action, and before you know it, you know, it's over.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I know everybody's waiting to get started. I'll let you get to it and let the action begin.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate everybody coming out.
Thank you. What are your first names?
Elena
Elena
and Mace.
and Mace. You guys are so cute. Are you riding in the rodeo today?
Yes. Yes.
Both of you guys? And what are you riding on?
A sheep.
A sheep.
Sheep.
And who taught you how to ride on sheep?
Well, we didn't actually get taught. We've been training on a pony.
Yeah?
Yeah, so, we've been squeezing on. We've been practicing, so.
Is this your first time?
No, we rode last time in the last rodeo 4 times.
4 times?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to be a rider when you grow up?
Yes.
Yes. What about you, Mace?
I was practicing. We used to ride Bling Bling. She's a horse. And then we got to riding. We got a pony named River. We obviously got him and we started riding him all every night.
So you've been practicing for a while now.
Yes.
And are you hoping to get the first prize?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I wish y'all the best of luck today.
And I'm actually on the front of a magazine.
You are? You're already famous.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. Well, you are going to be on Manatee Educational Television.
Oh.
All right. Well, y'all have good luck today, okay?
Okay.
All right. Very nice to meet y'all. with Congressman Greg Stubbe. Greg, we're right in your backyard, right in DeSoto County. What does this rodeo mean for this community, bringing everybody together?
Well, it's awesome because I represent 9 counties, and you'll talk to people in Sarasota and Manatee and Polk County and Highlands County that all come to this twice a year. And the big one, is in the spring. But this is always a great event to bring the community together. It doesn't get more patriotic than the rodeo here in Arcadia. The community is big supporters. You can see all the different banners across of the business partners that they have here at the rodeo. This is one of my favorite events that we do throughout the year, but it's a great thing for the community to come out here and see some rodeo.
So there's a lot of events going on today. You're participating in one of the events. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I get to do one of the grand entries, come in on a horse, which I love doing. But I would have to say that what's about to happen behind us is my favorite of the whole rodeo. The little kids, the 4 to 6 year olds on the mutton busting. So that's always my favorite to come and watch.
They are absolutely adorable, and this is the next generation of cowboys and cowgirls coming up.
Yeah, and what's great is there's quite a few little young ladies in there. So those are the ones to keep your eyes on.
Yes. Watch out for the little ones. Are there any things going on in this community and the surrounding areas that are impactful that, from your perspective, would be important for the public to know?
Well, one of the things that I've been working on, this is the second highest veteran population district in the entire country. I've been working on what's called my True Choice bill that gives veterans true choice and access to health care that they deserve, they fought for, and if you're a service-connected veteran, instead of having to be forced through the VA system, you would get TRICARE and you could go anywhere you want to get the health care you deserve. You would see the suicide rate plummet, you would see the service to our veterans and the health care to our veterans go way up, and that's the type of things that we should be working on.
That's critically important because there's a lot of men and women that need that support.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm happy to be a part of it. As somebody that served, I think the best that we could do is serve our veterans in our community.
Thank you, Greg, so much. I'm here with Judge Hall. You are the president of the Arcadia Rodeo. Tell me a little bit about how this particular event brings this community together.
Well, I'll tell you, right now it is the largest nonprofit organization, and we bring a lot of groups in. So not only do we make a little bit of money to spread into the community, but we also have a lot of groups that come in, and they'd have to wash a lot of cars and to make what they'd make here. So what it does, it allows everybody an opportunity to continue to pursue their charitable organizations, and our community, it's been going on so long that we have a lot of loyal followers and good fans, and it's just been doing it so long that they come.
Some great organizations that we've spoken to earlier and nonprofits such as Discover DeSoto. They had a huge involvement in this rodeo as well. Tell me a little bit about the partnerships that you bring together to put on, and all of the operations, and the fire and the police and all the other different elements that really come together to put this event on.
Yeah, it takes a lot of people to make this happen. We're building this particular show in October, but our really big show is in March, and that's where we, that's our best opportunity to bring everybody together. And once we started the fall show, then we do the same thing on a little bit of a smaller scale, but for the most part, it's everybody knows when the rodeo's in town.
That's right. And the location is central, right? We're in Central Florida. People from the East Coast and the West Coast, North and South, all travel to come to Arcadia. So that's got to have a tremendous economic impact for all the traveling riders and the vendors and everything.
I'll tell you, I think it brings in millions of dollars to this community. To us, so that's the number one thing. We have one really paid employee, and so the rest of us are just here because we love it.
Volunteer muscle for a great cause. What are you most excited about this rodeo this year?
Well, this is the largest crowd we've had yet, which is important because it helps pay the bills for sure. I don't care what kind of organization you are, nonprofit, profit. If you can't survive financially, it doesn't do any good. You don't have any money to give away at the end of the day. So we're always excited to see our loyal fans come back every year, and they're really starting to support this October show, and it's a good one.
You couldn't have asked for better weather today. It's great family fun for everybody. One of my favorite personal parts is the little mutton chop. Watching those little ones and the next generation of drivers of this community.
It's really good because it does involve the young people as well, and we have a whole separate organization that's tied into our rodeo. It's only young contestants from 6 to 18. So that's the next generation. It's important to keep them involved. We're all we're running out of steam here, and we need some other people.
Ready to hand off the torch, huh?
That's true. Absolutely.
Well, a pleasure speaking with you today. It's been a wonderful day so far, and much more to come.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy yourself here. Thanks for being here. I hope everybody comes tomorrow. We need you.
I am here with these two beautiful young ladies. Harley, you are Junior Miss DeSoto County.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me a little bit about that title and what that means to you.
It actually means a lot to me. I did pageants when I was little, but doing this pageant really showed me what I could do, and I need to stop being scared, It's really nice to support my county,
Have you grown up here your whole life?
Yes, ma'am. I was born and raised in DeSoto County.
And you've been coming to rodeos?
Since I was a little kid.
Okay, so you've grown up in the arena.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Lainey, you are with?
The DeSoto Senior FFA chapter.
And you are going to nationals.
Yes, ma'am.
And what does that mean for you and your organization?
It actually means a lot. We're still trying to raise money to get there. It's taken a lot, but we've put in a lot of hard work, and to just be able to go, it's a big opportunity, and we're very proud of ourselves.
And what do you do at nationals?
At nationals, we'll attend a conference and workshops and sessions to learn leadership skills and communicate and meet other people and just learn about FFA and the history.
Awesome. And for those that don't know, it's the Future Farmers of America. So these young ladies are tied in with a great organization with economic ties to grow this country. Harley, what are your aspirations after being Junior Miss?
Well, once I give up my crown, I plan to still help in the community, maybe do another pageant, just still help out because it still would mean a lot to me,
And what are your aspirations after high school?
After high school, I want to attend UF to be a veterinarian and just travel Montana, Colorado, all different places and learn more about animals, livestock, and FFA.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're in great hands for the next generation coming up. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you.
I'm here with JR with the Veterans Ranch. Tell me a little bit about your organization.
Yeah, we were started in 2017. We're a nonprofit 501c3, and we work with veterans, first responders, and kids that lost loved ones in the line of duty through horses.
That's amazing, through equine therapy. And are these horses specially trained for this, or?
No, they're just really good, nice broke trail ponies. You know, just the last thing you need is somebody that might be somewhat sketchy, rotating out of the service to have a young, sketchy horse, you know.
Getting on a green horse.
Right, exactly. Yeah, first thing we're going to do, quite honestly, is we're going to put one of these grooming brushes in their hand and get them to start working that rhythmic motion with that horse and building bonds of trust. We all know horses are prey animals. If they don't know you, they don't trust you. So
ears back and eyeballs.
That's right. And, you know, you got to build bonds of trust with them just like you do with people. You know, our main goal is to get them to start laying down heavy coats of burden maybe they didn't even realize they were still hanging on to.
Yeah, and just being around an animal has therapeutic qualities and, you know, a new hobby, if you will, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, again, in the horse world, we all know a horse can feel a gnat land on its back. What do you think it feels from you 2 feet away? Short answer is everything. Right. So it's just about, you know, getting to a new and improved version of yourself. Veterans aren't broken. They've just gone through 10% of something in life. We're there in that 90% space to help them deal with it.
What a worthy and amazing cause.
Thank you very much. You know, we've been doing this for almost 4 years. We're growing, we're expanding. You can find us at theveteransranch.org. And we're asking people to give up one fast food visit a month and give $22 a month to something that really matters.
Wow, that's really tangible when you break it down to, you know, whether it's your cup of coffee every week or one fast food meal, to really help fellow families out.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's really all about. You know, we're in a world today where everything's instant gratification. We don't think about our veterans as much as we used to. Why is it $22 a month? Because we're losing 22 vets a day. And the real number, quite honestly, is 30, but they don't want to depress people anymore. So they say it's 22 a day because it's almost sadly become a catchphrase.
Yeah. Well, JR, I really appreciate you and helping out this community and being available to others right here in this community.
Thank you very much. It's our pleasure, and just look forward to talking to more people. Yeah, everything's extremely positive. People that maybe thought they were afraid of horses, we show them again, once you lay down your fears, how they react to you. We had one gentleman literally break down in tears. We thought maybe he got bit, kicked. We didn't know what happened. But come to find out, in 10 minutes, he said, JR, I've made more progress in 10 minutes with this horse than 10 years on a couch and 3 failed suicide attempts. That's powerful stuff.
I'm here with Greg, the Vice President of Veterans in Arms at the rodeo. Tell me a little bit about your organization.
Right. Well, thanks for having me. Veterans in Arms, Veterans Motorcycle Club was founded about 6 years ago. And it's made up of veterans and veterans' legacy. Their fathers or their mothers were in the military. We all came together because we all love riding motorcycles, but we also wanted to help our community. We wanted to continue to serve. So we have created the Veterans in Arms, Veterans Motorcycle Club to go out and help other veterans, whether it's helping get service dogs, whether it's building ramps for veterans, or whatever it is that they need. And that's the reason why we're here today. And we also have a very tight tie with the community. You know, this Arcadia area is just an incredible patriotic American community. And the events that we have and the events that are happening here today are just phenomenal. You know, you see the patriots that are out here, the veterans that are out here, and you see the people that just love America. And it's an American sport.
Motorcycles. I personally like motorcycles. It's therapeutic. I'll admit it is very therapeutic.
That's right. And a lot of us, we can't jump out of airplanes anymore or, you know, do the riding into helicopters, so we need to get our adrenaline somewhere, and that's what we do.
Get a little wind in the hair.
That's right. And it creates a really tight bond with us. When you're riding that close, that fast together, it's that sense of camaraderie that's there. And in doing good things, it keeps us with a mission in front of us, and then that really tight bond that we have inside of the motorcycle world.
That's amazing. So outside of the motorcycle and the camaraderie and the brotherhood that comes with that, tell me a little bit about the other programs like the service dog program.
That's right. Actually, before I even joined this organization, I'm a combat veteran from the Army. They determined that I needed a service dog. And those things are incredibly expensive. And this organization, Veterans in Arms, stepped up and ran some programs in order to raise the money for me to have my service dog, Victory, which I can give you a picture of if you'd like.
Oh, I'd love to. What kind of dog is it?
He's a golden retriever.
Love those dogs.
And so they helped raise money for that for me. And then we've done, repairs to porches. We've helped other veterans that are in a motorcycle accident, and we did some runs for him to help pay for some of his bills. It's kind of like it's a local community is what we focus on.
Really sounds like it. So you guys are selling raffle tickets today. What does that go towards?
We are, and all of this is going to go to, we're a 501c. We're a nonprofit organization, so 100% of those profits go to veterans that are going to be in need. We keep this money as like a crisis type money, so that if somebody is in a car wreck or they lose,
You have available funds to help them.
available funds that we pull out to help them.
So if somebody wanted to get involved in this organization, if they're watching right now and wow, that is really hitting home, I feel like, I want to be a part of that. How would they get involved?
They can contact us through Facebook Messenger is probably the easiest way. We check that often, and that's Veterans in Arms, Veterans Motorcycle Club. It'll come right up, and you'll see some of our ugly pictures out there. And then that's just hit the message button and then go ahead and get to us. Or they can contact us directly. They can contact phone number is 863-669-8995, and that'll put them directly in contact with me.
Excellent. Well, you heard it from the source here, from Greg, this wonderful community-based organization and nonprofit giving back to the community and the fellow men and women of this country.
So I appreciate it. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Roger, what are some highlights that the spectators will be able to see today?
Well, a minute ago I said I've got the best job in rodeo. When it comes to being a rodeo announcer in the PRCA, you educate, you inform, and you entertain. You roll it up in a nice, neat package that spells RODEO, and no matter whether they're 6, 66, or 96, Arcadia, Florida has something for everyone.
Well, this is definitely not his first rodeo, that's for sure.
Well, it's always good to come back home, hitch your britches, the wagon's loaded. It's rodeo time in Arcadia.
So what are some highlights that we're going to see today?
Well, when it comes to Arcadia, Florida in the fall, it's all about broncs, bulls, and babes. It's the hottest ticket in town. Sit back if you can, relax if you dare. Today, the buck starts here.
That's great. That's great. So 2 o'clock, the show starts, and they're going to have the little quadrille come out and do a little announcement.
Quadrille starts at 1 o'clock. It's pre-show entertainment for all of our fans. At 1:30, the little buckaroos from the grandstands come in for the mutton busting competition. But
love those little ones.
Yeah, hey, what's better than the woolly boogers? It's great in Florida. 2 o'clock's rodeo time.
Okay, there we have it from the man.
I'm very glad to be here. National Finals Rodeo. This week is number 2 because number 1 is Arcadia, Florida.
That's right. And this is the 8th year, correct?
The 8th fall rodeo, the granddaddy of them all, happens every year here in March. It's the best of the Sunshine State, the Southeastern Circuit, and the PRCA.
Excellent. Quick question for you. What is the best rodeo in the land?
Well, after Arcadia, Florida, it would have to be the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. It's the Super Bowl of the sport. It is the best of man and muscle. And, when you're in Viva Las Vegas, how could it be bad?
Arcadiaville.
Arcadia is great, but the National Finals Rodeo, if you're not in Arcadia and DeSoto County, head to Viva Las Vegas the 2nd through the 11th. It is the best rodeo, the Super Bowl of the sport, the greatest cowboys, the biggest money, and Viva Las Vegas is all coming down in this city of lights.
The best of the country going to the big city.
No doubt about it. I've been lucky enough to announce the National Finals Rodeo 5 times, 3 of the last 4 years. I've got the best seat in the house to see world titles and millions of dollars change hands.
That's going to be an amazing perspective, and that's going down in November, you said?
December the 2nd through the 11th, 2021. Put it on your calendar. Get there early, stay there late. The National Finals Rodeo is back in Vegas.
That's right. I'm here with Carl, one of the directors of the Arcadia Rodeo. Carl, what is going on behind us right now?
Yes, we got a lot of stuff. We're pre-gaming, if you will, right now. Our main event kicks off at 2 p.m., but there's a lot of things that go into the main event, as you know. So now we got contestants that are rolling in. We've got our quad drill that's going to start at 1 o'clock, which is kind of a dance with horses in the arena at 1 o'clock, and then we're going to come in with the little kids with the mutton busting behind them.
That's probably my favorite part.
Yeah, it's a crowd pleaser, and it really needs to be a main event in the PRCA, but it's done all across the country, and there's a lot of little kids that do great riding, and this is kind of their avenue, if you will, to get into the rodeo lifestyle, if you will, and get into to having
get a taste of rodeo life.
Get a taste
and training, because it requires training.
It does. These kids practice on sheep. They practice on calves of different sizes. So they're growing up learning how to do it. That ultimately will end up being a bronc rider, bareback rider, saddle bronc rider, a bull rider, or a team roper, or a barrel racer, or something along those lines. So it kind of feeds that fire, if you will, to get them started in our event and in this type of lifestyle, if you will, with rodeo.
Tell me a little bit about the bull riders that are participating, because that's really the star of the show.
Yeah, everybody, it's kind of like going to a NASCAR race, right? Everybody wants to go to the race, but they want to see the wrecks, right? And when you get into the saddle broncs and the bareback horses, they're big, they're stout, and then you get into the bulls, which is a crowd. I think half the crowd's going to go for the bull, half the crowd's going to go for the for the rider, right? But then you're going to have the wreck, and then you got some bullfighters that are going to be in there from cowboy protection to make sure those guys all stay safe and get to go home. So there's a lot of things that go on right there, but the bull riding is certainly one of the mainstays, if you will. We also do at different times of year a freestyle bullfighting, so we that's always something that attracts the crowd. It's that thrill, if you will, of that wreck if that happens. So
Well, you certainly have a crowd here today.
We do.
Now this is quite an operation that you have here. Tell me a little bit about the coordinating of all the different, you need fire and police out here logistically to make sure that everyone stays safe, and the vendors and sponsors. Tell me a little bit about the coordination of all of bringing this together.
Yeah, to put this together, this event, this is one of the first rodeos for the 2022 PRCA season. So they're just wrapping up, getting ready to go to the national finals. So we're one of the first rodeos that kick off for the 2022 season. In order to do that, we're going to have well over 40 vendors out there. So you got 40 vendor spaces out there. We've got well over 100 volunteers that come in and work with concessions, with the beer stands, with house and grounds. So there's just a number of different things to do to get ready and get prepped for this thing. So it's like I say, it's well over 100, probably closer to 140 people that are around here just to put the event on.
The logistics of it all.
Logistics and get it ready to go. So yeah, it takes a lot of people in a small army to put one of these things on. So it's taxing, but it's rewarding when we get to this day and we get to see the smile on the fans and we see the kids and the fans having fun and watching
and bringing the community together for something positive.
Right. Yeah. The community and this is going to be one of our larger attended rodeos that we've had in in October. We have a big rodeo in March that has 8,000 a day, and we're gonna push on that. And this rodeo is growing every year, so it's just the people coming down are wanting to see this. They're looking for things to do, and they're going to come here, like I say, and they're going to see the the quad drill at 1 o'clock, the mutton busting at 1:30, and then our rodeo course kicks off at 2 o'clock. And then we're going to go from the rodeo, we're going to go into a concert deal at the end of it. So,
Oh, wow. So
we've
it's
got
a
6
whole
hours.
day ordeal. Something fun for the whole family.
Correct.
Well, it looks like everybody's lining up behind us, and the show's about to begin. So I'll let you do your job,
Thank you.
and I'm looking forward to it.
We look forward.
Thank
you very
you so much.
Appreciate it.
I'm here with Cheyenne on the beautiful cricket. Cheyenne, tell me what your involvement in the rodeo is today.
My involvement with the rodeo today is quadrille. It's basically where we go in the arena on horseback and we do figure eights and do-si-do and all that.
A little bit of barrel.
We don't really have barrels in there, but she does do barrels.
Okay.
So
And how long have you been riding?
I have been riding for 22 years.
So pretty much your whole life.
Yeah.
And how old is beautiful cricket?
She is 7.
And she's a quarter thoroughbred?
Yes, quarter horse thoroughbred.
How old is she?
7.
7. Oh, she's beautiful. You checking me out? Hey, baby.
She's actually a rescue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she is. She's a rescue. I rescued her out of Lakeland, Florida.
Okay.
At 3 when she was little. You could see all of her bones and everything.
Well, she is a beautiful animal today, and she is going to make you very proud when you go do the quadrille.
I started riding when I was 4. My great-grandfather Charlie Rhodes taught me how. I was never allowed to touch the saddle horn. He would swat my hand if I touched it.
Learn your balance.
I did learn my balance. And then I just started watching him growing up, how he trained horses and stuff. And my grandmother Lynette Johnson, I watched her too. So I kind of learned between them. And I just watched how they were with the horses and how they listened. And that's just how I do it. I believe in join-ups. A lot of slow work is a good.
Groundwork.
Groundwork.
A lot of groundwork. I'm here with Austin Davis, one of the riders at the rodeo today. Austin, tell me what you're going to be doing today.
Saddle bronc riding.
So that's pretty dangerous.
I mean, yes, ma'am. You got a big animal, and they're not out to hurt you, but sometimes things can get that way.
How did you get to this point in your career of riding?
I'm kind of still starting out. Grew up on the beach, and kind of, always had interest in rodeo and cowboy work, and somehow I ended up getting lucky enough to get here now, and I've kind of just been picking away as much as I can and picking up knowledge where I can get it, and now I'm here, I guess. So.
So what are you looking forward to most today?
Hopefully just get on and make a clean ride, make it to the pickup man.
It's how many seconds?
8 seconds.
8 seconds. 8 very long, the longest seconds of your life, right?
Every time you get on, yeah, it seems like it gets longer sometimes it gets shorter, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's still 8.
8 seconds. So tell me a little bit about the equipment that you have to help mitigate a little bit of the risk and, for safety.
I mean, the chaps are really it's for flair a little bit, and they help with the holding on to the saddle. And other than that, my safety piece is a piece of rope. That's the rein, and if that thing fails me, then I go off. So yeah, I don't know. There really isn't much other than my cowboy hat. I guess I don't know what else would be safety. Like I said, it gets technical. Like I said, I'm still learning, and you got to measure the rein correctly, and know what horses do what, and it helps out when you got people here to help you out. And like I said, they'll kind of give you what that horse is going to do, and kind of a little piece of advice before you get on. But like I said, every horse is different, so you kind of got to set yourself up for something different every time, and making those adjustments is kind of probably the hardest thing for me. I don't tape up. I don't feel like I don't want to be restricted when I'm riding, so I try to stay as loose and free as possible. Don't be scared to ask questions, and try to meet as many people as possible, because it's not especially coming from Inglewood, Florida, there's not a lot of bucking horse places or anything like that, so you kind of just got to pick as much as you can from, whoever will give you some advice here and there. You got to pick it up and just keep rolling with it, and don't stop. If you really want to do it, you just keep doing it, and eventually you might get lucky or you might not. It's just, you just got to keep trying.
Well, that about wraps it up for the 2021 Arcadia Rodeo. Special thanks to Judge Hall and all the directors that put everything together to make this rodeo happen. And special thanks also to all the volunteers, too. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Stephanie Grappling with Manatee Educational Television.